What's up, my friend? Abby here, and welcome back to Writer's Life Wednesday. Today we're talking about the nasty beast that is comparison. More specifically, comparing yourself to other writers. This is a real problem. I know a lot of writers who compare their writing to someone else's writing, and it only ends in tears and feeling like you just aren't as good as so-and-so writer that you look up to. Stop. That's the first thing I want to say. Just stop. But I know that is exactly 0% helpful for practical application. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving you my best tips for quitting the comparison game and instead running your own race with joy and confidence. Let's go. Okay, so first thing you gotta do, it's always gonna come down to this. On your mark. Before the intro, I mentioned running your own race. Well, that's exactly what it feels like almost everything in life feels like, actually, is running your own race. And you can't run your own race if you're constantly swerving over into someone else's lane. And running a race isn't even a good analogy for it because it makes it sound like a competition. It's not a competition. Writing is not a competition. It is an art. And art is beautiful because it's unique to the artist. If your writing was just like someone else's, it wouldn't be special. Now I hear your internal dialogue. You're like, Abby, it's not special. It's just bad. Not true, first of all. Remember how last week we talked about an author being their own worst critic? If you feel like someone else has something that you don't have, that might very well be true. In fact, it is true for almost every area of life. But if that's true, then the opposite is true. You have something that no one else has. So figure it out. What is that thing that you have that no one else has? Relish that thing and realize that everyone's writing is unique in its own way. They don't have what you have. Does that mean they should feel bad about their writing? Nope. Next thing you've got to do is start focusing on why your story matters to you. When you're caught in the cycle of comparison, that's when you start to lose sight of why your story matters to you, which is really what's gonna propel you to write and basically light a fire under your ass. Let's just pretend for a minute that you're the best writer in the world. Like, everybody wishes they could write like you. Would that not come with a whole set of demons of its own? Yes. It would. You would still struggle with insecurity because it's not about changing your skill or your talent. It's about changing your mindset, the way you look at your writing. Change your mindset, dude. Don't think about other writers, think about your story and why it matters to you. Why does your story matter to you? Really think about it for a minute. Nobody is going to be able to put your meaning into this story except you. If it's something that you're inspired to write because of your personal experience and insight, nobody's gonna be able to write that into this story except you. And that's what's going to set your story apart from everyone else's. Even if they're writing a similar thing. I've heard the writing advice given to figure out what makes your story different from every other story out there. This is terrible advice. Like, some of the worst advice I've ever heard. If you start thinking about this, like trying to actually find something in your story that makes it different from every other story in the world, you will probably not come up with one thing. Sure, the sum of your story's parts paints a picture that has never been quite painted like that before, but it's not enough to make you feel like, man, I have a brilliant idea that nobody else could have thought of. If you're going on that to make you feel good about your writing, oh boy. All your motivation and security will vanish the moment you see another story out there that is similar to yours. Sounds like a bad plan. So don't take this advice. Don't try to find something super special about your story idea. I'll tell you what makes it super special. The fact that you are writing it. You are the secret ingredient that makes your book different from every other book out there. You need to focus on your art. Run your race on your mark. This is your work, your art, not theirs or his or hers. So look into the mirror and tell yourself, I am a badass writer. Seriously, do that. Yell. scare the person in the other room. And smash that like button if this video gave you a little bit of truth that you needed to hear today. Comment below and tell me one thing that you love about your writing. Even if you generally hate it and down talk it, today, just find one thing that you like about your writing. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, because I post writing videos every single Wednesday and I would love to have you here in the community. Until next time, my friend, rock on. Let's see how we're doing on time. Okay, I have 8 minutes to film this video before my next task on my calendar. Can you guys like hear my stomach growling? Because I'm starving. Roll intro. I think this is a good opportunity to drink some tea. I'm basically telling people that their stories are not unique. No, I was watching a video the other day that was called Every Story is the Same. And it was very interesting. It's all been done before. Is this motivating? I feel like this is not motivating. It's all been done before. Why are you even writing? I almost feel bad putting this in the bloopers because it's gonna be the last thing you see. And I wanted to leave you on like a positive note. You're awesome. You're an awesome writer. Go freaking change the world with your writing, will you? Someone needs to. Go do it. Let it be you. Bye.